Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top skills required to be a good coach. Now, I see a lot of people are aspiring to become a coach, not only professionally, but also they understand that coaching is an essential way to improvise people to become an impactful, solution oriented mentor towards people who want to change their life or bring about transformation. And that is exactly why a lot of people are going towards the journey of becoming a coach professionally, or becoming a coach for their team members, or becoming a coach for their students, or even their children. As a parent, if you're a good coach, you will do a wonderful job as a parent. And that's the reason why a lot of people are now taking this journey of becoming a coach. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you top 5 skills that you must adapt or must develop if you really want to aspire to become a good coach in your life, be it in any role that you're playing. Okay, so in this video I'm going to share with you 5 skills which are essential. If you don't have them, you need to start developing them right from now onwards, and I'll share with you how you can do that. So before we go ahead, you know the drill. Click on the subscribe button so that you get access to all my videos right up front. So the first skill which is required, which is very, very important to become a good coach, is active listening. While it may sound very easy and very simple, it's what it is. It's just about listening to people, right? It's not that simple, because subconsciously we are not designed to listen more. What we are designed as human is to talk more. While we have 2 ears and one mouth, we should be doing the other way around, but actually we focus more on talking and less on listening. That's the way we are designed. But how do we now change it? The problem is we listen to people to react. We listen to people to respond. We listen to people to give back an answer or a solution or a suggestion, which in a coaching context is a complete no-no. You do not need to give a suggestion or an advice or respond. Your coaching style should be more of a listening style. The only thing that the coachee wants from you is that you should be able to listen, to understand, and not listen to react or respond. And that's exactly what you have to build in your own nature of becoming an active listener. Now, how do you do that? Now, it's very difficult to switch off and say, I will start listening to people from tomorrow. The first thing that you have to focus is when you are having someone sitting right in front of you, when your coachee is sitting right in front of you, and he or she is talking to you, the first thing that you have to keep aside is all your distractions, all your presumptions, all your assumptions about that person, all your interpretations. Sometimes we keep jumping out of the gun, we jump to conclusion, we want to give a solution because we want to feel that we know that problem before the person has already narrated that problem to us. So keep all of that aside, keep all your distractions at bay, and stop being assumptive or jumping to conclusion, or thinking that you know the person already, or having a preconceived notion about that person. If you are able to do that, if you are able to keep all these distractions at bay, trust me, you will become an active listener in entire life. I mean, in your entire life overall. And if you're an active listener, it's not only important for that for a coach to be an active listener, but if you are able to do that in your own life as well, trust me, you will have better relationships at all levels, with your family, with your friends, with your peers, with your office members, everyone, because everyone wants someone to listen to them. That's very important. So the first quality, essential quality for a coach to must have, is active listening. Start to practice that from today itself. The next top quality that a coach should have is being present in the moment, the ability to be present in the moment with your coachee in front of you. Now, when I say being present in the moment, it requires much more efforts than that. It is not just to be physically present there in front of him or her. It's about mentally being there without any unbiased opinions about them, without any judgments about them or anyone else. Also being there to make them feel comfortable. A coachee will open up to you only and only if you are giving them that comfortable space. Most people are very scared to share their inner secrets. Trust me, they will not do that unless you make them comfortable, unless you make them realize that this is a safe zone. It's a safe space to talk about anything and everything. And this is going to be a confidential space between you and your coachee, I mean, between the two of y'all. It's very important for you to be present in the moment, to be able to exhibit all these qualities and attributes in front of your coachee. If your coachee feels that you are in a dual mind, if you are judging him, if you are kind of constantly putting some perceptions about him or her, the coachee will not open up. And that's also very important. You should be absolutely non-judgmental. That's exactly why a lot of good coaches say that you should never coach your own immediate family members or your loved ones, because a concept of unconscious bias will always come in. If you're coaching your own sibling, or if you're coaching your own daughter or son, you will always have that unconscious bias, and you cannot coach that person. That's exactly why you must be able to give that safe space to your coachee, an unbiased, non-judgmental space to your coachee, so that he or she can open up to you. They can tell you exactly what's the problem, so that you can lead them to the solutions. So the second one is be present in the moment and give them a comfortable, very safe space for your coachee. The next quality that you must have if you are going on to the journey of becoming a coach is to be empathetic. Now, that's something which, again, is not a quality which can be naturally imbibed, or can be learned on the go. But if you are an empathetic person, you understand what I'm talking about. Empathy means, in simple layman language, empathy means the ability to understand what the other person is going through. Not sitting and sulking, or not sitting and crying with that person, but to be able to provide that reassurance to the person that, yes, I understand what you're going through. I am there with you. You have my back, and I'm there to support you. Now, those are the words of reassurance for your coachee, which a lot of coachee are really, really looking for. If you're able to come across as an empathetic person, trust me, your coaching style will be phenomenal, and your coachees will be able to open up to you in a much better way, in a much fluid form, right? Now, how do you provide that empathy if you don't have that quality naturally with you? You'll have to build understanding. You'll have to build a momentum of understanding human behavior. If they're talking about something, rather than snapping and saying, well, that's okay, that happens to everyone, just provide a reassurance that I understand what you're going through. I can completely resonate with what you're saying, and I'm sorry to hear that, or I'm sorry to hear your loss. I'm there with you. Don't worry, things will be fine. I'm there with you to support you. Those are some of the words, with pure gesture, with pure intention. If you're able to exhibit that in a coaching framework, your coachee will understand that you are genuinely out there to help him or help her, and that's when they will open up. If you fail to do that, no matter how intellectual you are, no matter how much intelligence you're flowing through in that coaching session, your coachee will be reserved. Your coachee will be closed. They will not come out to you, and they will not confess to you or provide you with their actual problems or actual causes which are leading to those problems. And if you really want to do that, you must practice empathy, not only in your coaching session, but in your day-to-day life as well. Try to learn to understand human behavior, learn to understand and empathize with the other person's situation, not trying to put your own situation into that person, and not trying to give any suggestions or advice. That is the ground rule of coaching. Be empathetic. The fourth point is very interesting. The fourth skill is about asking powerful questions. Now, as a coach, you do not need to have all the answers. That's a myth. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to provide all the solutions. You don't have to give all the advices. But what you do need to have is, you need to have a set of good, powerful questions with you, because that is how you will elicit information out of your coachee, and you'll be able to understand what your coachee is actually going through, what his problem is actually. Only then you'll be able to guide him or lead him to success, right? So it's very important for you to practice powerful questioning. And how do you do that? The first ground rule of being able to ask questions is that you have to be curious in your mind. You have to be curious why this is happening to that person. What's making him say this particular statement? How exactly or how specifically is he going through that problem? Now, you won't be able to do that just by understanding or just by listening to that person. You'll have to bring on your curious hat. You'll have to think about it from a perspective of not knowing the person completely. And when you say that, when you have those preconceived notions, those biased judgments, or your own interpretations, that's when you're not curious. That's when you're not able to ask questions. If you are articulating the person's answer into your own thought process, you're not going to ask powerful questions. The only way to ask powerful questions is to be curious in the moment, to actually try and find questions or answers to each of your questions, rather. So you should be packed with great set of questions and not great set of answers. One quick tip would be never ask close-ended questions, which means what? Never ask questions which have yes or no as an answer, or just a one-word answer. For example, if I say, how do you feel today? That's a close-ended question, right? The person will say, I feel good or I feel bad. That's it. End of the door. You can't go ahead asking more questions, right? If, for example, if I say that, did you feel frustrated about it? Obviously the person will say yes or no, and that's it. End of the conversation. You'll have to further ask more questions, or you'll have to further go into the conversation through some other tactic. So it's important to understand what are powerful questions. Read up about that. If you need more support, I'll come up with more sessions on this. But yes, the fourth tip is that you need to be equipped with powerful questions if you want to be a good coach. Not all the answers, but all the good questions. And the last skill, or rather the most important skill of being a good coach, is that you have to be goal oriented. Goal oriented towards the coachee's goals. Now, as a coachee, when he or she comes and talks to you, they will be full with a lot of information, right? I mean, when I ask my coachees, what do you want, or what's the problem, they'll be all over the city. They'll go round and round talking about every problem that they are facing in their life, or in their career, or in their income, etc. But as a coach, what I need to do is I need to be focused. I need to be focused on what does my coachee want. And that's exactly the first question that I ask in any coaching framework. What do you want from this session today? And the moment I arrive at that conclusion, I arrive at that point of the goal that my coachee wants from the session, I will stick to that, and I will ensure that my coachee also sticks to that. Because otherwise, you will just go round and round all around the city and not come to a conclusion, not come to a goal for yourself, not come to an action plan for yourself towards the end of the coaching session. That's why a coach has to be goal oriented. The coachee will digress. The coachee will throw random questions and random answers on you. But you, as a coach, you need to be really focused on what exactly is the goal that you and your coachee want to arrive at from that particular moment. And that's where you need to keep on digressing, getting that person back into focus, back into the goal, and say, okay, with respect to this particular goal, how do we then change your plan? With respect to this particular goal, is this topic very important? With respect to your goal, is this particular problem giving me some insight? How is this problem helping me solve in this particular goal that you have? So that's how you be on track with your goal, and not let yourself and your coachee digress out of your coaching context. And that's exactly why I said in the beginning that you must be present in the moment. If you're not present in the moment, your coachee will take you left, right, everywhere across the city, and you will nicely have a good tour across the city, not land anywhere towards the end of the coaching session. But if you're present in the moment, if you're curious, if you're asking right questions, if you're empathetic towards your coachee, if you're listening actively, then you will definitely come to a goal-oriented session, and you will be able to provide that goal for your coachee, and you'll be able to provide the solution also for your coachee towards the end of the session. So all these were top skills required for being a good coach. If you really aspire to be a good coach, as a professional coach, or as even a coach as a manager, or coach as a as a trainer or a teacher for your students, or even if you're a parent who wants to be a good coach for your child, these are some of the skills that you must practice and must develop amongst yourself. Only then you'll be able to become a great coach for yourself. Okay, so let me know if you are able to find out and practice all these skills for yourself. If you need any more clarity, ping me in the DM and let me know in the comment section how did you find the video. I will come back next time with some more interesting videos. Till such time, you do take care of yourself. Bye bye.